This House will come back to order. This House will come back to order. House will be at order. Here is the posture we are in. We have about 10 people that have signed up for morning orders. Now, the chair, being someone who wants you to have total freedom and independence and not be dictated to, will give you the option of waiving a morning order and doing it when we come back next week, if you would like to do that. If you want your morning order, come on down to the front and I will recognize you. And we'll stay here as long as you want to. Chair recognizes for a morning order Representative Kendrick.
Good morning, colleagues. Hello, can you hear me? Okay.
Just a moment. Can we get the mic on, please?
Am I doing something wrong? It's lit, but it's not doing anything. It's lit, but it's not doing anything. Am I doing? It's not working. Is it working? Is it on? Is it on? Can everybody hear me? Okay, there we go. All right, sorry. Good morning, colleagues. So there's a flyer that is on your desk for a series of public hearings on 5 areas that I think are important to the state of Georgia. So if you will come on by, I know we're not in session, but we have some policy experts and agencies that will be presenting pretty much all day on January the 17th. So if you could stop on by and ask any questions that you may have, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Chairman Coleman for a morning order.
Hate to take your time, but since this is so critical, I wanted to hear it. I'm down here today to have a resolution that I'd like to invite anyone who has an Indian population in your community to come sign. The 17th of January, the 14th of January through the 17th of January is the Tamil Thai Pongal celebration, Indian celebration. It's the equivalent of our Thanksgiving. So they'll be celebrating. If any of you like to sign that, have an Indian population, I have it here for you.
Chair recognizes Representative Gardner for a morning order.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. If you knew there was a vaccine for a kind of cancer that could prevent that cancer from occurring, wouldn't you be signing up to get that vaccine? Well, I'm here to let you know that January is Cervical Health Awareness Cancer Month, and on Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 17th, the Department of Public Health and the advocates for the HPV vaccine will be on the second floor and with a lot of information about the importance for the HPV vaccine to be available to our preteens. One of the things we're doing this year is we're naming 3 champions, sounds awful loud, naming 3 champions of people who have had a high level of vaccination against cervical cancer. The champions surprised me. One was a pediatric practice from Sylvester, Georgia, where Buddy Harden used to be the mayor, and Ed Reinders now represents. The second was the Thomas County Health Department, who had a 99% vaccination rate. The third one was WellStar Kennesaw Hospital, which has also had a very good history of vaccinating all of their employees. So please, on Wednesday, I know we're not in session, but please come down to the second floor and have a conversation with the advocates from the Public Health Department and these champions. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representatives Glanton and Cannon for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues from across Georgia. Representative Glanton and I are glad to stand here with you to speak about our constituents who cannot vote for us and who cannot come to visit us at the Capitol. These are our homeless constituents. As we respond to the many challenges that our state faces, we hope that we will implement preventive and perfective measures for our veterans, our children, our youth, our people living with HIV, our people experiencing mental health challenges, and pregnant people who are homeless. They don't have homes, so on this cold, rainy day, we urge the House to move on this issue and to assert that housing is a human right. Let's be human rights defenders today, and if we can get you a copy of the U.S. Declaration on Human Rights, we would be glad to do so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Stovall for a morning order. Chair recognizes Chairman Tom Taylor, Representative Harrell, and Chairman Hitchens for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Night before last, we lost a great Georgian, Monsignor Donald Kiernan of All Saints Catholic Church in Dunwoody passed away at the age of 93. Monsignor Kiernan was basically was a priest for 70 of his 93 years. He was especially a friend of law enforcement, which is why I have some of these folks up here with me. He was the chaplain for both the GBI and the Georgia State Patrol for years, decades in fact. And actually, even as a priest and a non-law enforcement person, actually formed the Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police. He's ordained in 1948, like I said, so he's been a priest for 70 years. At the time he arrived in Georgia, there were only 33 Catholic parishes in Georgia. That has grown significantly more. His funeral will be next week, the 17th, Wednesday. But again, if you can join me in a moment of silence for a really, truly great man. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Chairman Green for a morning order, and also joined by Chairman Reinders.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Down on the second floor in the room 230 and 216, we have a number of Southwest Georgia counties that have come up today to share with you some of the things that are going on in our counties. Please stop by. They have food. They have other things that they want to show you down there. So please stop by and see them in those rooms.
Chair recognizes Representative Kirby for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've got a special event in Loganville tonight. We're going to be swearing in our new mayor, Mr. Ray Martinez. Now, Ray was with us earlier, but it looks like he got shuffled out as they shuffled everybody out of the gallery upstairs. But just to share with you, Ray's parents are both natives of Cuba. Ray was born in Puerto Rico. He's retired from the United States Navy, having served 3 tours in the Middle East, and he was also appointed by Governor Deal on the Georgia Commission for Equal Opportunity. So we are awful proud to have Ray Martinez as our mayor, starting at 6:30 tonight. Thank you.
We're now going on to announcements. Mr. Leader, I hear that the Senate has adopted, after 2 days of consideration, an adjournment resolution. Is it the same resolution that this House passed on Monday?
Yes, sir. I have reason to believe it is exactly the same language, the same resolution that we passed on Monday. So
Okay.
we're in concurrence on that.
All right, thank you very much. All right, moving on to announcements. Chair recognizes Representative Sheila Jones for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Atlanta delegation will be meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Lunch will be served, and at 1:30 we will receive the Mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms, in room 605 of the LOB building, the Atlanta delegation. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative McLean for a morning order. Chair recognizes Chairman Tanner for a morning order.
Mr. Speaker, an announcement that the joint House and Senate Transportation Committees will meet immediately upon adjournment in CLOB 506. We're going to be having a presentation by GDOT on their 10-year plan, which we are required under HB 170 to adopt before session ends. So 506 immediately upon adjournment.
Chair recognizes the Chair of the Appropriations Committee, Chairman England, for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning or afternoon, everyone. So, budget books. Everybody pay attention for just a second. Budget books will be available in the House Budget Office over in the CLOB on the 4th floor for you to pick up when we adjourn. Those of you on the Appropriations Committee, we do look forward to seeing each and every one of you on Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock as we kick off our joint hearings with the Senate. We'll run Tuesday all day, about half the day on Wednesday. We're in session on Thursday, and then Thursday afternoon are the block grant hearings Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So look forward to seeing each and every one of you there, and with smiles on and with budget books in hand. Thank you.
That completes our announcements. I'm sorry, it doesn't complete our announcements. Chair recognizes Representative Henson for an announcement.
Thank you. I'd just like to announce that the Working Families Caucus will have its first meeting today. It's going to be in 307 LOB immediately. Thank you.
Okay. Now the most important announcements. Please join with me in wishing a happy birthday today to Representative Derek Jackson. Representative Jackson. Tomorrow we will not be here, but the Chairman Jan Tankersley will be celebrating her 30th birthday tomorrow. So. And on Sunday, Representative Pam Dickerson will be having a birthday. There being no further business to come before this House, the Chair recognizes the Majority Leader for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House stand adjourned until 10 a.m. Thursday, January the 18th, 2018.
Majority Leader has moved that this House be adjourned until Thursday, January 18 at 10 o'clock a.m. All those in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes clearly have it. This House will be adjourned until Thursday, January 18 at 10 a.m.